So the final task that I have to tackle before completing this bathroom mini remodel is to take care of the shower fixtures. So I purchased a new shower valve body and trim kit, faucet, and shower head. And so this is actually the kit. It's a same brand. It's Delta, just like the faucets. But prior to doing any work, you want to take a look at the instructions, just to be sure that you're pretty familiar with how it should be installed. So I've been reviewing the instructions on it and keep it to refer to. Since I already have existing walls, I know that I just need to make sure that the valve body, when I mount it, that it needs to be flush with the finished wall. And since it's already up, it'll make things a lot easier. I don't have to really do a lot of measuring to make sure that that's correct. So the first step I need to do is to remove the downspout and some of this fascia material, just to get it removed and get it out of the way so that I can access and remove it from the backside. So now that we got the cartridge out, you can get a better look of everything. You can actually see I actually have that opened up, but it apparently prior to us purchasing the house, somebody had replaced the guts before, and I guess somebody had cut out the back sheetrock so you could access from the back. Because I need to heat up all these soldered joints to loosen the pipe, to break it loose so I can get this valve body out of here and then put the new one in place. I'll be able to spread both sides by loosening these, but to get this piece out, for it to be able to slide out and give myself enough space, I'm probably going to have to heat this elbow up so that I can pull this pipe out, and then I can pull that down. That way this whole thing can slide down. And I probably could just cut it off completely. Maybe that's what I'll do, because I'm going to have to probably use new pipe for this whole thing anyway, or at least the down pipe I'll probably have to change out, because it's probably going to be a different length. Because the way they have it, they got fittings that are threaded in and then it's jointed. The new valve body is not like that. The new valve body is actually the pipe slips right in, and then you just solder it right there, so you don't actually need thread joints. These threads are for iron pipe, but this is for copper. So I'm going to go ahead and just put slip joints on it completely. So probably what I need to do is just heat up this elbow over here on this side, because I'm going to have to replace this whole section of pipe anyway. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Okay, so I gotta cut a piece that's gonna get me centered on there, so I'm gonna go ahead and mock it up, put a coupler here, and then put a piece of pipe. And I know I want it to be in the center. So we're going to mark it just about there. Okay. So we can kind of test this out and see how it plays. That's pretty good. Alright, so you want to put a little flux on these joints. So I went to the store to get a couple of ball valves because I had gate valves in this thing and one of them was leaking. So I just went ahead and bought some new valves for it and got better. The ball valves are a little better quality ones, so that's what I'm changing these out right now, and then I'll go ahead and add everything else that I want to add. So before I put these two sides on, I want to go ahead and put the one that goes to the spout first. That way I know how high it needs to be, because I can always move these up or down and then fit them into place as I need to. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the pipe for this, measure it out, figure out what I need. Let's kind of see what that is. So it's about 5 inches. That's not too bad. Alright, based on the instructions, this pipe needs to be between 3 7/8 and 4 inches from the finished wall. So, and that includes the threaded piece. So I gotta figure out what the overall dimension needs to be, which is 4 inches or 3 7/8. And I think we'll split the difference. This fitting is 1 1/8. So I know I need to take off a ½ inch for how much it's going to slide inside here, because it's about a ½ inch. I need to cut back 5/8 of an inch. So if I take off 5/8 of an inch from where that mark is, that should give me what I need. Okay. I got a couple of wood spacers back here to kind of make sure that this is steady, and I'm just kind of mocking it up to make sure that I can get a good tight seal. Now they say to put this O-ring behind the bonnet, this bonnet nut. It's supposed to go back there and act like a spacer. And then this is supposed to go in as a spacer as well, I guess. Let's put it in there and see if it makes a difference. That's not too bad. And then this goes on. So I got a couple of wood blocks to the back here to kind of pull this back and just keep it from moving forward. So I was just making sure before I secure them to the wall. So I put a couple of pocket screws right there, and I'm just going to screw it to the side. So I'm going to put a little bit of silicone on this piece of styrofoam, really is what it is, just to keep it sealed up from the back of the wall, because I noticed when I was on the back side that this is kind of there's a little bit of a gap, so this will keep it sealed from water getting in behind there. Looks good. So that's it. It's everything switched over, and that's the back side. I put a little block in there to kind of keep it from going back or forth, just so that you don't get water hammer. So I think we're good. So it's just a matter of cleaning cleaning my mess up. There's a lot of stuff. So let me go ahead and clean up my mess, and I'll give you one last look of the finished project, and we'll call it a wrap.